Namaste, yoga friends. My name is Doreen Foxwell. Welcome to today's Kids Yoga Meets Astrology and our full moon today. It's happening at 4:26 or right before 4:30 p.m. But the energies of the full moon can be felt leading into the full moon and even a day or two after a full moon. Now, this full moon has two different perspectives, I'll say. I like to study two different astrologies. Western astrology, which is a lot more known in the United States, and Vedic astrology, which is the more traditional and older astrology from India. So Vedic astrology is saying that this full moon is falling under the sign of Aries. And it's not the sign so much affecting this full moon, I believe it's the degrees. I don't talk about the degrees of things much in our astrology talks because it's a little more complicated. But basically, there are 30 degrees that we look at in each sign in the system where we study, and we're at 29 degrees if you follow Vedic astrology for Aries. Now, 29 degrees means something is coming to a head. Something is coming to an end. A lot of energy has been building up to almost like in music, like a crescendo, it's called. And it's just been for some people something in your life, whether it's your child or yourself or someone you know, it's easier to see from the outside looking in than to be going through it, although you might be going through some challenging times and you're just feeling like you just can't take anymore, or something has got to go. Something has really, it's enough already. And so that's if you're looking at the Vedic astrology one. But if you're looking at the Western astrology, it's a little bit of a softer energy because this full moon is falling in the sign of Taurus. Now, Taurus is what's called an earth sign. Earth signs love to be surrounded by beautiful things in their homes and even earth type things. I have it shown right in an origami piece my best friend gave me, which there are metals in here, there are crystals in here. These are all things from the earth. And so those are great things to be surrounded by during this Taurus full moon. You also can put any kind of crystals outside or in the windows sills to get the energy of a full moon. And you can even make moon water. And for those of you that are very, very spiritual, you might use your moon decks. You might not be able to see it. I've got the two Moonology decks by Yasmin Bulland and her Oracle deck, which is very different than the Moonology decks. See, the Moonology decks, they kind of inform you and teach you about all of the different signs like I talked to you about and all the different full moons. But the Oracle deck is more of a spiritual, mystical type of deck. So the other thing I just wanted to share with you, if you have children under 5, Scholastic Book Fairs sell this awesome book about the moon. And they actually have it on different planets as well. I love teaching children, even very young, about the moon cycles. And for little children, and even into older children, they might not understand what a full moon is. And a full moon is when the sun illuminates the moon 100%. And from Earth's perspective, we can see the full moon wherever it's rotating from. It's totally illuminated. Now, this full moon is the last, what's known as a super full moon of the year. So it appears closer because it is closer. And that means the energy is even more intense. So if you go with the system where it's Aries, a stronger fire energy, that energy is making things even more intense and really pushing you or your child to let go of something that is causing you a lot of grief, a lot of stress, that just is not serving you or your child anymore. But if you go with the Taurus full moon energy, Your child might be just needing a little bit more home time. They might be wanting to change and redecorate some things in their room. Let them be a part of it, or let them choose things, whether it's paints or bedspreads, or maybe they're going from a toddler room to a big boy or big girl room. Maybe, they're getting out of their little kid stuff into more of a tween or teen look. These are great time to do that. They also want to feel safe and secure. So that's all the Taurus energy. So regardless of whichever one it is, it's today at 4:26, almost 4:30. You can go out. You can see the moon at that time, but you really see it at night. And it is just a great night, even for yourself, to go out there and just have a moon bath. Just sit under the moon. Just stay in the moonlight in a window. There are many times when the moon is coming in a window in my house, I will just sit like this and just let the moon rays wash over me. And this is what's called grounding. Grounding is a form of meditation. And there are so many forms of meditation. But I love this one for a full moon. Now, if for any reason you're cloudy or overcast like we were last night here in the North Carolina and it was raining, you're not going to get any of that moon. Where you can put your, by the way, your crystals out. I have so many heart crystals. This is a moonstone heart, which I love. But I just got a brand new crystal. I can't wait to charge it in the moon. It's called a Herkimer diamond. And this is the largest Herkimer diamond I have ever purchased, partly because they are usually very, very expensive. And I found this vendor in Asheville, North Carolina, that it was very, very inexpensive, but beautiful all the same. And though you can't really see it from there, it has all these carbon parts inside of it. You can still see the carbon where it had not yet switched over to a diamond. So love, love, love Herkimer diamonds. And the thing about crystals is crystals are part of Earth. They are almost like a living thing. They were made from Earth. So just like anything that grows on Earth, they need sunlight to help cleanse them, and they need moonlight to help charge them. And a lot of crystals can also have a water bath. Not all of them though, but these two can. And also this one, my organi piece, can. So great, great full moon for charging crystals, whether you follow the science of it being Aries full moon or Taurus full moon, whichever one you study, whichever one you feel is fitting you more or your child more. And I would love for you to just get out there and have a beautiful moon bath. Even if you just stand still, sit outside, take a walk outside in the moon, or if it's too cold, sit in your windows, not in your windowsill, I'm sorry, by your windowsill. Oy, oy, oy. My puppy, who you might have heard barking a little bit earlier in this, is driving me batty right now. And so I hope that she calms down, because she is an Aries sign. And so my puppy is an Aries sign. She's a very strong personality. And so this full moon, I think, is affecting her just as much. And it does affect animals. Full moons affect animals and children a lot. So I think I've shared enough about this full moon. I hope you have a beautiful full moon, however you decide to celebrate it or enjoy it, or if you just want to sit with your thoughts in a nice bath. During a full moon is one of the best times to get into the water, because your bodies are made of mostly water, and the moon affects water, and water is part of our emotional body. And that's what the moon represents in astrology. So I will see you next time. Have a beautiful full moon. Namaste.